Hey everyone. Today's topic is going to be a little different than what I normally speak about. And this is because there's been a growing trend over the last couple of years with couples who have social media pages together doing these kinds of pranks on each other. And while it might be entertaining to watch and even sometimes entertaining to do, I find that there is a lack of understanding as to how these pranks can be quite dangerous for the person being pranked. I say that to say that we know as we've, began to really look back into what our conscious is, what our subconscious is, and how the body stores information and experiences, right? So in knowing that the body doesn't understand or know when something is a joke, when something is real, the subconscious doesn't really care about whether it's real or not real, right? It will store that information in the body as trauma, right? And so while pranks are often intended to be harmless fun, they can have unintended consequences, especially if they cause distress or trauma to the person being pranked, right? And there's a lot of potential dangers related to the body's response and the recording of the trauma, right? So we can have physical responses. So when someone is subject to a frightening or distress situation, their body can react with a fight or flight response. This can lead to increased heart rate, sweating, trembling, and other physical symptoms associated with stress, right? In extreme cases, it can even trigger conditions like panic attacks or, exacerbating existing health issues, right? Then we go into emotional trauma, right? Pranks that involve humiliation, fear, deception can have long-lasting effects on a person's emotional well-being. They may experience feelings of betrayal, distress, or humiliation, which can erode their sense of safety and security. In some cases, particularly if the prank is, severe and repeated, right, it can contribute to the development of anxiety disorders, depression, and PTSD. And I'm sure that these couples are not thinking about that. They're thinking about the fun aspect of situations, but the body doesn't really know that you're pranking them. And if you're continuing to do this over and over and over again, especially there have been some pretty cruel and really, really harsh pranks that I've seen over the last couple of years. I mean, I've watched one particular couple. There was a pregnant woman, she's married to her husband, and the prank, she was severely pregnant, mind you, not newly pregnant, severely pregnant. And the prank was to tell the husband that, I'm so sorry, this baby might not be yours. I had an affair or whatever. And if you don't know, we can't fully know all the things that's going to trigger someone, right? We really can't know all the things that could have been that man's greatest fear. And here you are, quote unquote, pranking this person and putting them through the ringer for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, however long it takes to complete this prank. And in that time, there's so many emotions and so many things happening within that person that is just unnecessary. Your body's going to store that information. It's going to store that thing. Your body doesn't know what's fake and what's real. It doesn't care. It's recording always. And I want people to be mindful of this thing because it's really dangerous. It's extremely dangerous when you are causing this kind of impact on someone in the name of clicks, in the name of likes, in the name of being, going viral. And is it really worth it? These pranks can have long-lasting effects that you're not even realizing. It's not really worth it. they can now bring trust issues. Because although this particular case, the woman was like, it's a prank, it's a prank, it's a prank. This particular prank lasted quite some time. She didn't quickly say. She went with it for a good 30 minutes, right? And this can bring up trust issues, right? Being the target of a prank can damage trust in a relationship, especially if the prankster is someone close to the quote-unquote victim. It can make the victim vulnerable and uncertain about the intention of the other person in the relationship. And that can lead to difficulties in forming and maintaining healthy relationships in the future. This definitely can impact their self-esteem, right? Pranks that target someone's insecurities or vulnerabilities can have significant impact on their self-esteem. And I need you guys to ask yourselves if this is worth it. Even just consuming this, because we're aiding in this kind of, very toxic thing. This prank stuff is very toxic. I've seen people go as far as pranking elderly as if they're not old. There's a thing in the Haitian culture called saisissement, right? Saisissement can cause a heart attack, a stroke, or whatever, because they're so shocked, the shock of it all. And causing that to the elderly for the sake of a prank, for the sake of likes, for the sake of potentially going viral, is it really worth it? And I think that we need to ask ourselves, as we're consuming and making these kinds of content, is it really worth it? And my opinion is not. Because why? Why is this a thing that we need to do to each other? We should be fostering safety. We should be fostering, security with the people around us, not, constantly triggering the body, constantly causing stress and distress and trauma, because that's what it is. You're causing purposeful trauma for the sake of likes, for the sake of potentially, going viral and making money. And it's not really the best way, not if you actually care about the person. And so those of you who do have channels, this is, I guess, a call out to you guys to consider, what you're actually doing to the person. Because we know that like I said, the body stores everything. Your subconscious is always listening and recording. And then when you see that you're in a situation that's not a prank, right, but might have similar undertones, and you react, you're not sure why you're reacting, but you're reacting because of that prank that happened 5 years ago. Your body goes, oh, we've had this happen before. Well, this is the response we need to have. So in that, going back to this particular prank, there's been several others. I'm just using this one as an example for this. When she gets pregnant again, he might go, his body might make him anxious. Because, is this mine? Is this not mine? He might even know that that's what's happening. He just knows that he feels anxiety. And that might come off weird to the wife in the future, right? She'll be like, why are you acting this way? What's wrong with you? You're not happy to be having a baby? That causes arguments. That causes stress. But little do they both know that it's these pranks, because your body records. Your body records. And you're not, sometimes that's what PTSD is. It's a flashback into the past. It's your body recording something that was very traumatic. And then now you're experiencing it over and over and over again in things that are triggering similar situations. Right? That's why a soldier can hear a sound and be transported back into the field where he's being shot at, and things are exploding or whatever, because the body records, the body records, the body records. And we have to ask ourselves if this is worth it. And in my opinion, it's just not. It's just not. It's not okay. I've seen pranks where people keep saying, oh, I cheated, or I left they leave, underwears in their cars for the other person to find. Stupid pranks that you think is harmless. Yeah. But what if she has been cheated on before? and you keep doing these pranks and you're just triggering the body in such a negative way, is it worth it? What if that was her greatest fear or his greatest fear? For those moments, you're putting this person through so much trauma for the sake of a like, for the sake of going viral, for the sake of money. Do you love this person? Why would I want to intentionally put you through that? It doesn't make any sense, and it's quite sick. In all honesty, it's really sick, right? So I want you guys to think about this, because this has been growing and growing and growing. And initially, I thought it was funny. I did. I'm not gonna pretend like I didn't. I used to watch a bunch of couples, but I don't like the pranks. I like the other stuff. I like the vlog with me. Yeah, sure, no problem. I like the discussions. Yeah, no problem. But the pranks, not so much. Because now I understand what that's doing to a person. I understand that your subconscious is always recording, and it doesn't know the difference. It doesn't care about the difference. It's recording what your body is going through, what your mind is going through. And I just don't see the benefit of doing that to someone that we care about, those that we love. I recently saw a prank where it was a Haitian child pranking their Haitian mom, and I was just like, oh no, this ain't gonna go well. This ain't gonna go well. So I already know Haitians. Certain things, it's just not gonna go well. And at the end of it, when they told her that it was a prank, she just burst into tears. She burst into tears. And she was like, I just was thinking, where did I go wrong as a mom? As a mother myself, I know that there are a lot of times that I question. I think all moms do. We question if we're doing the right thing, or we go, we're not doing the right thing. We're not doing this. We always have that, doubt that we're doing the best that, we can possibly do for our children. And I can just imagine, what she was going through. And I have to ask, was it worth it? For what? For a few clicks? It just isn't worth it. I hope you guys will really consider and think about these things. Those who are consuming, as well as those who are actually doing the pranking. It's not worth it. And it's grown so much in the last couple of years. It's just everyone thinks that this is the way. You have a couples channel, you have to prank each other. No, there's other things that you can do. It doesn't need to be this. And it's not good for the person that you're in a relationship with. Whether it's a spouse, whether it's you're pranking your siblings, your mother, whomever. Think about what you're doing to that person. And ask yourself, is it worth it? I pray that this message reaches those that it needs to. This is a call out to all those who are in the social media space and creating content. And I just want you guys to really ask yourself these questions and see if it's worth it. Because to me, not so much. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. I will ask you guys to please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you never miss out on any of these Let's Talk episodes. And I will see you guys in the next one.